that BBC employees lied and used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother.
Did you know there's a long-standing rumor that Prince William once took a bold step to exclude Queen Camilla from one of the most significant events honoring Princess Diana? Some say it was simply a personal tribute to his mother's legacy, while others believe it revealed deeper rifts in the royal family. Today, we're delving into this story in all its complexity, unraveling what happened, why it matters, and how it might reshape the future of the monarchy. The British royal family has always been a focal point of public attention. Their every action, from the seemingly mundane to the truly monumental, sparks discussion, debate, and sometimes controversy. Throughout history, royals have balanced public duty with private emotion, often smiling through personal hardships to present a united front before the cameras. Yet, behind the gilded walls of their palaces, human complexity thrives. The late Princess Diana embodied that complexity, captivating the world through her grace, empathy, and willingness to stand apart from rigid royal tradition. Decades after her untimely death, her influence endures, a testament to the powerful connection she forged with countless people around the globe. Among the many tributes to Princess Diana stands the Diana Award, established in her memory to celebrate young people dedicated to positive change. Each year, the ceremony commemorates the humanitarian spirit that defined her legacy. The recipients are recognized for their leadership and service in fields ranging from environmental activism to peer mentorship. The award underscores a simple but profound idea. One person, regardless of background or age, can spark a ripple effect of transformation. In its annual gatherings, the spotlight typically rests on the honorees, young champions of social good who embody Diana's compassion and drive. Yet, on this particular occasion, marking the 25th anniversary of the Diana Award, attention shifted dramatically. As Prince William, Diana's elder son, approached the stage to deliver his remarks, anticipation was high. Observers anticipated heartfelt anecdotes and inspiring reflections, perhaps a gentle nod toward the unstoppable dedication of the young awardees carrying his mother's flame forward. Instead, what they got was a stunning revelation, one that lifted the veil on unspoken aspects of Princess Diana's life and reignited unresolved tensions within the House of Windsor. Prince William began his speech with words of admiration for his mother. He spoke about Diana's warmth, how her empathy extended to people often overlooked by society, and the way she pioneered a new style of royal engagement, one rooted in authenticity rather than tradition alone. This was familiar territory for royal watchers. Over the years, both William and Harry have honored their mother's memory in various ways, highlighting her charity work and her unbreakable bond with them. But the mood in the room shifted dramatically when William paused, took a breath, and revealed something never before confirmed: the existence of Princess Diana's personal diary. Rumors about Diana's private writings had circulated for years, whispered about by insiders, and sometimes teased in media outlets, but no member of the royal family had ever publicly addressed them. The idea that Diana might have recorded her innermost thoughts intrigued the public, fueling speculation about what she truly felt during her most vulnerable moments. William's decision to bring those writings into the light was a deliberate act, an unmistakable statement about honoring the fullness of her experiences. According to William's account, the diary contained deep reflections penned during the most challenging years of her life, moments when she wrestled with the isolating pressures of royal duty and the heartbreak of a failing marriage. A hush fell over the audience as he described the personal turmoil his mother endured. She had married into an institution steeped in centuries of tradition, an environment that often left her feeling misunderstood. Her struggles were magnified by an unrelenting press, a complicated relationship with her husband, and the ever-present shadow of another woman, Camilla Parker Bowles, who would eventually become Queen Camilla. Diana's diary, William intimated, shed fresh light on her emotional journey, revealing a woman whose public grace masked deep private pain. The mention of Camilla's name in this context has always been sensitive. Now that Prince Charles has become King Charles III and Camilla has been elevated to queen, their relationship is officially sanctioned. Yet the specter of Diana looms large. During Charles and Diana's marriage, Camilla was widely viewed as a wedge, someone whose history with Charles predated his union with Diana and ultimately contributed to its collapse. Diana herself had acknowledged this triangle publicly, famously telling the BBC's Panorama that there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded. The image of Camilla as interloper stuck to her for years, and even as she rose in royal status, that negative perception lingered among Diana's staunch admirers. All of this context gave Prince William's alleged exclusion of Camilla from this Diana Award event a layered significance. The story goes that once William decided to reveal Diana's diary and spotlight the unvarnished truths of her past, he wanted to ensure that Camilla's presence would not overshadow or dampen the evening's focus. Rumors suggest that it wasn't a casual exclusion, but rather a conscious choice to preserve the integrity of Diana's memory and to create a space where no overshadowing figure could alter the narrative. If true, it marked a rare moment of direct friction at a public event, stepping outside the carefully orchestrated choreography that typically governs royal appearances. Speculation about the rift deepened when insiders pointed to long-standing tension between William and Camilla. While William has maintained a courteous public relationship with her, many believe he never fully reconciled the pain her involvement caused his mother, and by extension, his family. As the Prince of Wales and heir to the throne, William must perform a delicate balancing act, publicly supporting his father's marriage while privately wrestling with the emotional fallout of Diana's experiences. Barring Camilla from the Diana Award ceremony could have been his way of drawing a line, reminding the world, and perhaps the entire family, that Diana's story remains central to his identity. In the aftermath of that evening, questions swirled through royal circles and beyond. Some viewed William's decision as an emotional outburst, a sign that the wounds inflicted by Diana's tragic past remained fresh. Others saw it as a strategic assertion of power, the future king signaling that he will chart his own course, unafraid to make statements that challenge conventional wisdom. Meanwhile, supporters of Camilla argued that she has worked diligently for years to repair her image, supporting Charles, engaging in charitable endeavors, and steering clear of controversies. They expressed dismay that old accusations had been reignited. Could William's move undermine the unity King Charles worked so hard to cultivate, particularly as the monarchy transitions into a new era? Lost amidst the headlines was the significance of the Diana Award itself. That night was supposed to celebrate the achievements of remarkable young individuals, many of whom had faced adversity and devoted themselves to service. The drama surrounding William's speech overshadowed the honorees in some respects, as tabloids devoured every detail of his disclosure about Diana's diary. Still, the fundamental message of the award remained intact, that young people have the power to shape the future, much like Diana once did with her own compassionate brand of leadership. News of the speech traveled swiftly, and the response from the public was intense. Supporters praised William for daring to speak his truth. They felt the monarchy had whitewashed Diana's challenges for too long, focusing on the sanitized aspects of her public persona while sweeping her private pain aside. In that sense, William's decision to highlight her unfiltered voice felt like a restorative act, a chance for Diana to be seen in full, not as a flawless icon, but as a real woman who struggled, fell, and rose again. Critics, however, questioned whether it was appropriate for him to unveil deeply personal material at such a high-profile event, especially material that could stir animosity within the monarchy. As for Camilla, whispers of her reaction were unconfirmed by official sources, but rumors claimed she was visibly shaken. Having assumed the role of queen consort and subsequently queen, she had spent years trying to redefine her place in the public eye. Each step forward she made, engaging with community groups, championing literacy initiatives, attending public functions with warmth, was accompanied by a cautious effort not to appear as though she was trying to replace Diana in the public's heart. But with the newly revealed diary shining a harsh light on how Diana had truly felt in those marriage years, Camilla's past was again thrust into public scrutiny. King Charles faced an impossible dilemma. On the one hand, William was expressing raw grief for a mother who was lost too soon, a mother who died in a harrowing car accident when he was just 15. Diana's absence weighed heavily on him and shaped the kind of man and prince he has become. On the other hand, Camilla was Charles's partner for decades through thick and thin. Their relationship survived intense backlash to emerge publicly, culminating in marriage. His loyalty now is to his wife, the woman who has been at his side even before he took the throne. So how does a king reconcile a son's poignant tribute to a beloved mother with the emotional strain it places on the queen? Palace officials, ever adept at crisis management, kept their statements measured. They emphasized the monarchy's ongoing dedication to supporting Diana's legacy through charitable work. They congratulated the Diana Award recipients for their contributions to community development. They made no mention of any private diaries or any disinvitation. Yet the media frenzy was uncontainable. Every day brought new opinions from royal watchers and historians. Some believed this moment spelled a shift in the monarchy's fabric, while others called it a fleeting controversy that would soon be overshadowed by another sensational story. For William himself, this was more than a fleeting controversy. In describing Diana's diary, he cast her as both a beloved princess and a vulnerable figure shaped by heartbreak. The diary gave new dimension to the tragedies she endured: loneliness, betrayal, and a desperate wish to protect her children. By lifting the veil on her hidden feelings, William effectively reclaimed her narrative from tabloids and mythologizing accounts. In doing so, he might also have challenged the unspoken rule that royals bury personal pain in favor of a united front. His choice was a testament to how deeply he is still influenced by Diana's philosophies. He places authenticity and emotional honesty on the same level as duty and tradition. Even so, the conversation sparked by William's bombshell ensures that Diana's voice remains resonant. She was never content to be merely an emblem of style or a silent figure in the background. She aimed to use her platform to highlight causes she found urgent. In that spirit, the Diana Award continues to empower the next generation, bridging differences and championing humanitarian ideals. By anchoring her memory to social causes, the award keeps her spirit alive in a constructive way, enabling teenagers and young adults worldwide to find a purpose greater than themselves. Meanwhile, Prince Harry's absence from the stage inevitably raised questions. He too cherishes Diana's memory, having spoken about her influence on his own philanthropic work and personal decisions. The distance between William and Harry, widely reported by the media, might have intensified since the release of Harry's memoir and other tensions involving the Sussexes stepping away from official duties. Some speculated that had the brothers been united at that ceremony, both standing on stage to address the recipients, Camilla's presence or absence would have been less of a talking point. But the reality is more complicated, as complex family dynamics don't mend overnight. The monarchy now stands in a delicate position. A central component of its global appeal lies in its stability and the perception of continuity across generations. Yet, the underlying tensions exposed by William's statement about Diana's diary illustrate that the monarchy is also a family living with unresolved trauma. How they choose to address that pain, whether by introspection, reform, or renewed silence, could set the tone for the next chapter of the Windsor dynasty. It remains to be seen how Camilla herself might move forward in light of these tensions. She has always maintained a relatively low profile, choosing her charitable causes and avoiding direct public conflict. Supporters argue that she has earned her place through years of quiet service, advising a husband who is now king and respecting boundaries wherever possible. Critics counter that no matter what she does, the specter of Diana's sorrow may forever linger around her. Prince William's move to elevate Diana's private revelations only reinforces the emotional resonance that his mother still holds with the public, a resonance that continues to overshadow Camilla's efforts to redefine her own role. This begs the question, is William's decision a singular event, or is it the start of a broader transformation within the monarchy? Could it herald an era of deeper candor, in which future royals openly discuss the personal and emotional facets of their lives? Or will the inevitable pull of protocol and tradition reel things back in, ensuring that expressions of vulnerability remain exceptions rather than the rule? Time will offer the answers, but for now, we can only watch, analyze, and wonder how this moment might shift the trajectory of the institution. Regardless of the official stance, the public's fascination with Diana's story persists. She was, and remains, a figure who transcended traditional royal boundaries to become a universal icon of compassion and relatability. Her influence stretches from the halls of Buckingham Palace to humanitarian projects worldwide, from mothers who admired her tenderness with her boys to charities that benefited from her heartfelt dedication. As the diary's contents come to light, it's increasingly clear that her private heartbreak matched the grandeur of her public presence, ensuring that her story retains an almost mythic status in contemporary culture. For many, watching Prince William honor his mother by speaking some of her most private truths felt like a full-circle moment. In the early days of Diana's life in the palace, she had few allies, and her pleas for help sometimes fell on deaf ears. She turned to her own wits and her own pen to record how she felt. Now, all these years later, her firstborn son is giving voice to those silent pages. Whether you consider it a cathartic act of healing or a calculated power play, perhaps it is both, it spotlights a hidden chapter of Diana's life story and forces everyone, from the monarchy to the public, to grapple with her unfiltered reality. That is where we stand. between the mesmerizing legend of Diana's public life and the intimate confessions of her private world. This duality underscores why the monarchy must tread carefully. On one side, a cherished memory that unites people in admiration for a unique princess. On the other, a set of revelations that threaten the equilibrium the royals have painstakingly tried to maintain. The monarchy's future might hinge on how deftly it merges these narratives, acknowledging the darkness and pain while upholding the tradition and sense of continuity that remain its lifeblood. Now, it's your turn. What do you think about the possibility of Prince William purposefully keeping Queen Camilla away from his mother's commemorative ceremony? Do you see this as a heartfelt tribute to Diana, a sign of lingering resentment, or a statement about where the monarchy should head next? Share your perspectives, questions, and theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Until next time.